Hey guys, I wanted to ask you a question really quick. I want to throw out something for you. Now, I apologize for no editorials this week. I did have one on Monday, which I found out I deleted my intro footage. But I did that. But I apologize for no editorials in the mornings. Tomorrow is a staff meeting. I have to go in earlier than normal and drop the kid off at school, zip over to work to make it to the staff meeting. It'll be the second staff meeting this week. So you see, it's been a really busy morning, early mornings, just busy day. And so based on that, I just haven't had the time. But I am looking forward to having an editorial for you on Friday morning, let you know about something that's going on nationally with law enforcement. Over the weekend, I will either get some footage by cop watching to do an intro over the weekend with the same music, or I will go on to my YouTube account on my computer, my Mac computer over here, and just get some MP4s and put together something. So I will have one by Monday's editorial, or Monday morning I'll have an intro for you again. So it'll have the same music, but I was going to see something else. Yeah, so the editorials, the intro, so we'll have all that for you. It is going to be a busy Saturday morning. I got to take the kid over to the DMV, my son to DMV to get his driving permit renewed, and then we have to go to a birthday party for my grandson. It's a shark-themed birthday party. Can you imagine that? He's going to be 2 years old, and it's shark-themed. We're all wearing t-shirts to this birthday party. Guess what I'm wearing? Yeah. You guessed it. So I'm going to put this up so it says dust-free. Try not to knock my phone over again. But I am going to ask you something. I'm sorry, I'm very chatty. For those of you who don't know, I know some people hate it, man. I get you should read some of the comments I get about how chatty I am. This is a serious question. Now, I am not subscribed to News Now Patrick. I haven't been for some time. Nothing really wrong. I mean, it's not my style. I mean, like Felipe says, you do you, boo-boo. You have your own style. I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong. I'm not saying that he's doing it the wrong way. I'm just saying it's not my way. And so I started to find that the more confrontational he was getting with law enforcement, the more uncomfortable I felt watching it. I was just like, oh, it's like watching somebody get a root canal. It just was, I couldn't do it. And it just literally is uncomfortable. I mean, I was like that. And I was like, I can't watch this no more. So I haven't been watching him, but Black Label Cop Watch, I do watch. And he was talking about News Now Patrick going to court today and so forth. And so I went back and I watched that through OKC videos, Oklahoma City. I watched it through his video, and then I started watching. I went to News Now Patrick's channel, and I started watching the News Now Patrick Chronicles. And went all the way back 2 months ago when he got arrested. Remember that? Now I started looking, and I did this for about an hour. So I don't know. My research may be underdone, maybe rare instead of medium rare or well done, but. You guys, please fill in the holes in the comment section below. But it looked like that he was initially arrested for failure to ID. Now, if you go back and you see that deputy go, hey, boy, I'm going to get you, boy, bend over and squeal like a pig. But he tells him he's on private property, and he says, no, I'm on an easement. I'm lawfully filming, which it looked like. It looked like initially he was unlawfully arrested for failure to ID. And I went and I started looking at all the failure to ID laws, in all the different states. Like California, you have to be suspected of actually having committed a crime, or you are in the process of committing a crime, or you were about to commit a crime, like you're about to punch your wife and the cops run up and go, whoa, come here, come here, come here. Something to that effect. Texas, you have to be placed under arrest before you're mandated to ID. In Oklahoma, they had the different statutes for each state. In Oklahoma, it said no statute. So I started looking through Oklahoma failure to ID laws, and it's not really defined. It didn't look that way. Like it was really defined as when you have to ID. Like when is, it doesn't really look like it's mandated or mandatory. So I don't know, maybe Patrick was unlawfully arrested and he's been unlawfully charged here. His lawyer did mention something about Fourth Amendment, going forward on Fourth Amendment. So maybe unlawful seizure of his phone. He's not secure in his property. But I was looking through all of that. Now, here's where I'm getting to this. I'm going to close up right here. I'm sorry it takes so long. I can't talk in less than 20 minutes. You guys know that. But it started out him being arrested for failure to ID. They thought he was on private property and they were going to ID him, and he didn't want to give ID, and he got arrested. And then they charged him, and then he goes to court, and the judge gave him 30 days to go through his paperwork and everything, and he thought this is going to be easy. We're going to go do this, knock it out, get this misdemeanor. He did call it a misdemeanor in one of his videos. He said, this is the only case I got going is in Beaver. And he said, and this is a misdemeanor. Once I get this misdemeanor knocked out, I'll be case-free. I can get out there and start doing it again, is what News Now Patrick said. And that was 2 months ago. And here, March 13th, 2019, 2 months later, he's now went to court this week. I think it was today, right? And he's going to have another hearing or another court appearance, we'll say. It could be a jury trial sometime later this year, but in September 20th of this year, he has to go back to court and present some more stuff. He's contesting it with the DA. So my point is this. I'm trying to put my thoughts together. I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe I'm just very tired. It's very late. But it started off as an arrest for failure to ID. They seized his phone, seized his property in January, right? And then here in March, now he's been given another court appearance for September 20th, a continuance. I guess, would it be a continuance? For September 20th of this year. So now he's going to have to spend 9 months going through failure to ID, if that's what the misdemeanor was. I don't know if it was that. Please, again, fill in my research. I know, but it's horrendous. But that's what the misdemeanor was, failure to ID, right? Or was it trespassing or something of that nature? But here he is. He doesn't want to give him ID. He gets arrested in January. March, he gets another continuance to September. And I guess what I'm saying is that's how it becomes. And he said, well, we'll go jury trial. We'll do this or we'll do that. And the lawyer says in the video that I watched from today, the lawyer said, well, there's costs. Hint, hint, he says to him. He doesn't say, I say hint, hint. But the lawyer said there's costs. Right? So hint, hint. And here's where I'm coming to the question. Here's what I want to ask you. Each of you individually, to ID or not to ID? That is the question. What would you do? It's not an easy question. It's pretty much a circumstantial question. For me, I have refused ID in the past. I don't think I've ever ID'd. On a traffic stop you do. But last time I ID'd on a traffic stop was 9 years ago. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was 9 years ago. But there was a traffic stop. But I haven't ID'd cop watching or First Amendment audits. I haven't ID'd one time. But if faced with it, if a cop said, you need to give us your ID or we're going to place you under arrest, this is going to piss you off. It really is. But I might ID. I just might give them my ID. Not my driver's license. I'll try to hold that back as long as possible and say, well, I'm not driving, so you're not getting my driver's license. See how far that goes. But you have to understand, I have a wife and I have stepchildren. 2 are still in school. The other ones they're out of the nest, if you will. But I have stepchildren, and a wife, and I got obligations to think about. And I know many of you will go, well, you're not an activist. You won't get arrested. I don't know. I guess it's, I do consider myself to be out there trying to do some good. It's just how far would you take it? I don't know that I would. I'd probably give up my ID. I want to know what each of you guys think. How far would you take it? I'll show you my ID that I give them at first. And again, I've never ID'd, but this is the ID that I would give them pretty much is right there. Freelance journalist, IFPO. I'm an IFPO freelance journalist. So, or freelance journalist with IFPO, International Freelance Photographers Organization, not the internal, what is it, for International Fraternal Police something, police officers or something. No, that's International Freelance Photographers Organization. So, you know, I may give them my credentials and say, I'm a journalist. That's all you're getting. That's my name. There you go. That's my name. I'm a journalist. Now, fuck off. But I just wanted to also, you know, talk about that. And I know I ain't putting the links to the News Now Patrick. Go to his channel if you want, News Now Patrick, and you can just follow the chronicles. It's only a couple months back. You don't have to watch every video. It's actually certain ones, and they're titled Beaver, whatever. There's only probably a handful of them. But that's how quick it goes. I mean, you get arrested for failure to ID. They take your property. And now 2 months later, you're given a continuance for 6 months from now. It's like, wow. So he'll spend a year, at least a year, fighting because he didn't want to give up his ID. I don't know. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? You guys let me know. And by the way, I need tires, guys. I need tires. Okay? I need about $1,000. Can you guys donate? I need tires. Not really. Talk to you guys later. News Now Ukaipa. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks, guys.